Please like the video and subscribe my channel to get updates. Also press bell icon to receive notifications of new uploads. Hello and welcome to Mech and Maths. I am Dr. Ajay Verma. In today's video, we are going to start sections of solids. So let us start with the introduction of sections of solid. What is section of a solid? As you can see in the topic ellipse, parabola and hyperbola, all these terms you might have gone through their definitions, introduction, as far as their eccentricity or major axis, minor axis, distance from focus and all those. But basically all these ellipse, parabola, hyperbola are termed as conic sections. Why they are called conic sections? Because they are simply sections of a cone. If I cut a cone like this, means the cutting plane or the knife is tilted, making some angle with the base, then we are getting an ellipse. So sections are nothing but cut parts of solids. Just like if you cut a watermelon and try to find out what is there inside, then it is called section of a watermelon. Similarly, a solid can be cut and the internal details can be observed using the sections of solids. Say for example, you want to see the internal structure of an engine, an IC engine or any engine, then you can draw sections of that engine and you can observe, you can study what is there inside. So sections are nothing but cut parts of solids. Now there are many methods in which sectioning can be done. So let us start with the cone itself, because we are talking about conic sections. So when we cut a cone with a cutting plane making angle with the base, then we are generally getting the ellipse when all the generators are being cut. Otherwise, if I cut a cone parallel to the generator, means like this, then I am getting a parabola. If the angle is more, then we are getting a hyperbola. So these are conic sections. So sections are nothing but cut part of solids, and the cut part after removing the upper part or lower part is having some specific terminology. Like here there may be frustum or truncated parts. What is frustum? When a cone or pyramid is cut by a section which is parallel to the base, say for example this is a section, it is parallel to the base of the cone and it is cutting. After removing the upper part of this cone, the remained part is called a frustum. Similarly, if a cone is cut by an inclined plane which is making some angle with the base, then after removing the upper part, this lower part is called truncated. So truncated and frustum may be in cone or pyramids, right? So before going into the details of sections of solid, let us define what types of cutting planes are there. What are cutting planes? Nothing but planes like this, which are cutting the solid. So what happens? We generally don't denote or draw the shape of the cutting plane, means if it is a square or circular plane is there, or rectangular plane, pentagonal plane, whatever it is, we don't bother about that. We just bother about this edge which is cutting the solid. So this line basically is representing the cutting plane, and it has a denotation like this: a big dash line, small dash line. But as far as solids are concerned, where they are being to be shown, then we have to darken the outside edges of the cone, and inside it is a big dash, small dash and so on. Many books Many people show it by hidden lines also. In some books it is continuous line, very light and thin line is there, but generally the denotation is like that. What happens actually? But in most of the cases we have to draw this cutting plane a solid line inside the solid. Why? Because now this line has become outline of the solid after removing the upper part. So generally what happens, we show the cutting plane with a continuous line in the solid and then a dash line, big dash line, big dash line outside the solid part. And what happens when you are, remember that while drawing the sections of, because we want to remove the upper part or lower part, so cutting plane must be drawn lighter, every line must be drawn lighter, and after considering that whether upper or lower part is there, if lower part is there then darken the lower part only, and the upper part is shown very light because it has removed now, right? So this happens in that. Now let us come to the types of cutting planes, or rather I should say that positions of the cutting plane. So there are mainly 5 positions for sections of solid. There is sixth position also, which is not important as far as these sections are concerned. So first position is a plane parallel to HP. This is the plane which is parallel to HP, like this. So obviously it is making 90-degree angle with the vertical plane, and this is the plane shown here, right? Second type of plane is parallel to vertical plane. This type of plane is there, means it is parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. Now what happens, parallel to HP planes are always visible in front view, means this line. We don't bother about this shape, so we have to show this line with this dashed line, so it is visible in the front view only, because we have to see from the front. So this type of plane are visible in front view only. This type of plane, they are visible in the top view only, right? Third plane is auxiliary inclined plane. In short abbreviation it is called AIP, auxiliary inclined plane. These are the planes which are inclined to HP and perpendicular to VP. Here is the symbol for that, not symbol but basically the plane is shown in the space. So it is plane like this, it is perpendicular to VP and making some angle with the HP, 90-degree with the VP, making some angle with the HP. So it is called auxiliary inclined plane. We have talked a little bit about these AIP and AVP in my previous video, that is projections of planes with auxiliary planes method. In that video also we have discussed it, so you can see that video for details. I will provide the link for that in my description section. So this is AIP. AVP, auxiliary vertical plane. This is the plane which is something like that. It is perpendicular to HP and making some angle with the VP. This angle may change like this, but it is perpendicular to HP, right? And fifth plane is profile plane, means this type of plane which is perpendicular to HP, perpendicular to VP also. It is the plane perpendicular to both the reference planes actually, right? These are the planes, profile planes, on which we are drawing in orthographic projections the side view. Side view is drawn on profile planes only, right? So whenever it is required that side view has to be drawn, then we will consider the profile plane. And in many cases also where the solids are being cut by the perpendicular planes, so we have to consider them. But the most important planes are these two, AIP and AVP, auxiliary inclined plane and auxiliary vertical plane. So these two are the most important, because in most of the cases we have to go these type of the problems of AIP and AVP only, and in that also AIP is the most important because in most of the problems the solid is resting on HP and it is being cut by some cutting plane, so we have to show in the front view and then we have to draw the top view. Now there are two, three more things. One is true shape of the section and second is apparent shape of the section. Now what is true shape and apparent shape? Now look at here. If I cut a cone parallel to the base, what will be visible from the top? This will be a circle, and the base is also a circular. So this circle is the true shape as well as the apparent section. In this particular case, when we are looking from the top, due to the inclination of the plane, because the plane is inclined, so whatever is visible in the top, it is not the true shape, it is the apparent shape or apparent section, because whatever you are seeing here, it's something like that. You are seeing this distance only in the top, right? If it is an ellipse, so you are seeing this much of distance or width of the ellipse, but actually it is this one. So a perpendicular a right angle triangle is there, you are looking this distance as width, actually this is this much. So it's something like in projection of a straight line, this is the true length and this is the top view of this true length when the line is inclined with HP. So where you can see this actual length, you can see from the direction which is perpendicular to this cutting plane. So you have to draw another view from the direction perpendicular to the cutting plane so as to draw the true shape of the section. And this is nothing but the auxiliary planes method. That is why we have already attempted it, right? So to find out the true shape of the section, you have to consider the direction perpendicular to the cutting plane and to draw the true shape. So this is apparent section, this is true shape. Now there will be two things. Either you will be asked to draw the sectional top view or sectional front view and true shape of the section, or you may have been asked to draw the sectional top view or apparent sectional top view and another view on an auxiliary plane which is parallel to the cutting plane, so that the true shape of the section will be shown in that particular view only, right? So this is about this. Now let us come to the section lines or sectioning of the cut part. Now these lines, these are called section lines or hatching. This is called section lines or hatching. This has some standards. The distance between these lines varies from 1 mm to 3 mm. As per the size of the diagram, you can take 1 mm, you can take 3 mm also, equally spaced, and the angle is 45 degree with the XY line in most of the cases. Why I am saying most of the cases? Because sometimes it happens that outline itself is at 45 degree, means say the position of outline is like this, then you need not to draw like that, then you can take either 60 degree or 30 degree. You have to change that angle to 30 degree or 60 degree if the outlines are already at 45 degree angle. Otherwise, in 90%, 95% of the time, these lines are, this is the standard basically. So these lines are at an angle of 45 degree with the XY line or horizontal line and equally spaced. Now how you will take that equally spaced, need not to measure actually. It's not necessary that you measure 1 mm or 3 mm, but use these lines which are always on the scale. So after drawing one line, coincide this black line with the next one and draw the next and draw the next and so on, and you can evolve your own method also. So this is called hatching. As far as diagrams are concerned, you have to draw the front view and top view as usual. Cutting plane you have to draw, and if the lower part is there, means upper part is removed, then lower part must be the darkened, In the top view also, the upper part should be very light and only the lower part should be darker. So this is introduction of section of solid. From next videos we will start the problems of sections of solid. Thank you for watching.